Hello and welcome to Games for Days. I'm Karma, and today I'm looking at the PC version of a recently released full-motion video game called Her Story. The game begins by presenting you with an old-fashioned computer screen, complete with scratches, glare and low-resolution graphics. You can turn the glare off, but I think it adds a lot to the mood of the game. The screen shows a desktop that's definitely worth exploring and a database of transcribed video clips. The database search box contains a single word: murder. The purpose of the game is to use search terms and the videos they return to piece together a story. This fragmented approach, combined with transcripts that only provide snippets of information, keeps you guessing. The interface has something that it calls a session, a sequencer where you can store and arrange clips as you discover them. All of the clips have dates and times, which helps when figuring out the timeline. I personally didn't find this feature useful at all. Arranging clips is quite a clumsy experience, and it isn't possible to remove them once added. I, for example, wanted to use the session as a place to hold a few key clips, but while I was trying to remove a clip from the session by clicking Clear Session, I unintentionally reset all of my progress. Another thing I found confusing about the session was that there was some text next to it saying 232 megabytes of local storage used, or something like that. This made me think that you had limited clip storage and had to be selective about what you stored in the session. It turns out that you can store all of the clips in the session though. You also have the ability to tag videos. This can help you work out a sequence. There are mathematical approaches to mapping out the clips using tagging. Alas, math was never my forte. In lieu of in-game tools, I resorted to good old pencil and paper, jotting down keywords and formulating theories. This seemed to serve me well, however there were a few videos with very limited dialogue, which makes finding them a real pain. At one point I ended up spamming possible keywords in the hopes of a hit, which dragged the mood away from detective work and towards Googling. You can always tell if you're missing video clips by checking the DB checker. It's on the desktop. It looks a little bit like it might defrag your hard drive, but it does the trick. The mood of the game is maintained really well, with occasional buzzing lights, eerie music and fantastic acting. I recommend playing this game alone in the dark with headphones. I probably got about 3 hours of solid gameplay out of this game, and another 6 hours worth of obsessively figuring out the whole timeline. If you're not the obsessive sort, then 3 hours of decent entertainment for just under $5 seems like pretty good value, cheaper than a movie, although there's essentially no replay value here. Once you figure out the story, that's it. Owing to the nature of this game, guides are going to be pretty easy to come by. I've included a link in the description that provides search terms for viewing every clip in order, but I strongly recommend only looking at guides if you've exhausted your interest in the game. The entire gameplay of this game centres around using your investigative skills to find out what happened. Nothing will devalue the experience for you more than following a guide right from the start. Likewise, spoilers are deadly to story-driven games, so avoid them at all costs. Do you think this could be the return of full-motion video games? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, why not like, subscribe and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. I'm Karma, and thank you for watching.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.